It's the Beat Break Morning Show with Sean Garvey and the crew.
All right. Wake that ass up. It's the Beat Break Morning Show. All right, got Dynasty here. Mr. Sean Garvey had to step out. He had to take care of some things, so we're just going to take care of this. Miss Dynasty and I will do this for us. So how you doing there, Dynasty?
I'm good. Just having a good start to the day.
Good start of the day.
Had a great week so far.
Great week. Yes. We had a
lot
great
of exciting
week.
Things happen.
Oh yeah, yes. We had a great, exciting evening a few nights ago. Wow, man,
It was entertaining.
Yes,
it was.
Yes, you rocked the house.
Thank you.
You rocked the house.
Thank
You
you.
rocked
Thank
the house.
you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely.
I was feeling good.
What was the name of the event again? It was called
Love and Laughter.
Love and
Valentine's Day show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love
we
and
had
laughter.
love and we had some laughter.
And some other things.
Yes.
Oh man, y'all missed a good one of love and laughter, man.
Yes.
I have to say this. I'm gonna call this segment called "What Not to Do."
Yeah.
If you don't know how to do it,
I like that.
you need to try again at another date.
Yes.
So this basically reminds me of the Super Bowl. We had a Super Bowl this year, 2020, for the 2019 season. Because people got to remember, this is the Super Bowls for the 2019 season. The playoffs happened in 2020.
Right.
And we have a familiar face that only Atlanta Falcon fans would know. And if you just follow football, that the Falcons was not in this Super Bowl.
Correct.
Correct. And
they were not.
They were not in there, but we had a familiar face that was from the Atlanta Falcons that was at the Super Bowl by the name of, I believe it's Mike Shanahan or Kyle Shanahan. I forgot.
Okay.
But he was a Shanahan. That's the key word, key name.
Okay.
Shanahan.
Got that.
He was, to let people know, he was the Falcons' former offensive coordinator. And when we were in the Super Bowl, he was the offensive coordinator. And usually with offensive coordinator, you basically in control of the offense. And if people don't remember, I know you got to be under a super duper rock at another planet, that we had a 28-3 lead to win the Super Bowl. And Shanahan was the offensive coordinator. But at the end result, we lost.
That we did.
We lost.
Yes,
that hurts.
Badly.
Badly. So, with that being said, he was hired to be the San Francisco 49ers head coach. And he tried to lead the 49ers into a Super Bowl win.
Victory.
That didn't work. So basically, he needs to try again. Which leads up to this past Wednesday evening of what not to do and try again.
That might be a good segment. What not to do and try again.
Me and Sean might have to come up with this, so this could be you and I.
We might have to have that segment. What not to do, but try again.
Oh man, it was a great event that you had, and you're promoting. I guess when you did it, you're promoting First Wednesdays.
Yeah,
at the Club 290,
Cafe
right?
290.
Cafe 290.
Every first Wednesday.
Every first Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay, y'all need to come out to there. Cafe 290.
Yes, thank
all
you.
right.
Yeah.
And what I'm referring to of what not to do and try again is a host. I'm gonna let you carry that part off. Of this host that some of us are familiar with. This is not like the first time we seen him.
No, it is not.
And,
it is not.
And he was on the morning show not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I still am wowing.
Well, I do have to say on the up note, I mean, because let me get a backdrop. One, there was some behind the scenes stuff going on with the the headliner.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure that, because the show was called Love and Laughter, I wanted to make sure that was provided. Good. So on a good note, I have to say thank you to Darnell for wanting to jump in and support me in that, because it was short notice, and he also got me in touch with another comedian, Kiana Scott, who did a great job. So that I have to give him, big ups on that, because he did look out, because I didn't want to not have what was being offered for the event. But on the downside,
down. Triple down. Fire. Can we go to fire?
Yeah. You mean like the one
fire?
Like the one that was supposed to happen?
Yeah.
Fire Fest or whatever it was.
Woo, Lord.
The audience just was not pleased with his performance, to say the least. And it just began to get like a roast. It was just like, even an audience person, I had stepped out, and when I returned, this individual was coming off the stage, but apparently he had come up and roasted him because it was so bad. And then it was also other comedians, and then it would seem an exchange. Obviously you remember everything that happened. You guys, G-Wade there, you guys all there. Thank you for coming out, by the way, again. But it was just, like you said, what not to do, and when to bow out. It was like, bow out. You got to know that the crowd is not feeling what you're doing, what you're saying, and you got to read your audience and either change it up or bow out. Bow
out.
So I think that it just
bow out. I mean, from the beginning.
Yeah.
And G Wade, I know he's doing his thing, producing and everything, but the thing about it is that when we were kept looking at each other are we hearing exactly what we're hearing? Yeah. And all I kept doing is shaking my head, and the thing about it is it kept getting worse.
Yeah, it got progressively worse.
I mean,
it got progressively worse. It did.
It went from a 0 to, I mean, I don't even know how negative down you can go on that scale, because I'm like, you're already at 0, and they kept getting worse. And then an attendee comes up, and he's not even a comedian, gonna say all this truthfulness, and then drops the mic. I'm like, oh, okay, wow.
Yeah, it was, yeah. So,
wow,
yeah, it was, yeah. And
then
I even had to come save him. And
you try. You just like you reached your hand out and try and take his hand. He like, huh?
Yeah.
Do I need to go somewhere?
I'm
like, where I need to go?
Save you. That's what I said. Be your saving grace. I'm like, let's go.
Oh,
let's go.
Man, that's
it was. Yeah, it was just like you said, what not to do, and try again, but don't try the same thing.
Yeah, don't try the same thing, and you're not gonna try at the same place.
No, no, we're definitely not gonna do that.
Okay, so there's gonna be other venues for this guy to try out
the
again.
Next event will be a business networking and music, so it will be that type of environment.
Oh, he's gonna be there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's professionals, networking, and music. No,
okay.
No.
All right. So we learned a little bit from that. We learned a lot.
So, all in all, it was entertaining. Everyone had a good time. Enjoyed the music. Enjoyed Malik Holiday and Bernicia Wilson were awesome. They were awesome. Kiana Scott did a great job. Big Q, I saw her at an event the week before, and I was totally elated with her. Good, and that's why I invited her out. And then Andy McKnight did show up. You know, whole nother story on that one. But good luck to Andy McKnight in your future endeavors, and that's how we're gonna leave that.
We're gonna leave it like that.
We're gonna leave it like that.
We're gonna leave it like that. Okay. All right. So we're gonna take a real quick break, and we're gonna come back with a great guest.
Yes.
Awesome author, and I believe he's internationally known.
All right now.
So, it's going to be something worth hearing about this gentleman. So we'll be right back, y'all. All right. We're back, y'all. Okay.
And we're back, and sitting next to me, we have, as promised, we have TJ Loftin here, who is, my understanding, is internationally known author. Does go travel around identifying gentrification in the black communities and how it affects the black communities. Also has written a book, correct? Yes. And we're going to talk to TJ about some of his accomplishments. And then my understanding is that our own producer, Sean Garvey, had some input in your book.
Okay. Miss. Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all inviting me out.
All right. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the book real quick.
Well, the reason I wrote the book is, I have quite an experience in real estate, and I started recognizing certain things going on around the country, and I realized most people weren't talking about it. Pretty much 99% of us wasn't talking about the conversation about what's going on, how we can benefit from this economy. And I was told, I'm telling people things that y'all should be doing. Y'all should be doing this. Y'all should be doing that, because I was doing it. So they're like, well, you need to teach everybody else,
Right.
Like, I'm traveling around the country, so I come to Atlanta, and I'm like, what do you mean y'all got a new stadium? In the bad neighborhood, and y'all ain't buying none of these houses. I was like, don't you know them houses are gonna be worth about 10, 20 times what they worth now in the near future? And they're like, oh, and I'm like, well, what do you mean Tyler Perry just opened up a studio? I'm like, you can't get nothing for less than $1 million, $2 million around the studios in California.
Right.
So I'm like, they don't get it, So all over the country, I'm having the same conversation. It's just mind-boggling. So I realized, y'all, people about to be wiped out, and that's exactly what's happening, you know?
Yeah.
So I wrote the book because it's like, I realized whenever a great economy comes in real estate, the goal is to distract us.
Exactly.
We don't want them buying into real estate because that's a wealth creator. So let's give them some other things to bite into.
Correct.
Let's talk about Bitcoins. Let's talk about medical marijuana and everything other than real estate.
Right.
Other than generational wealth.
Right.
Let's give them this instant stuff. Okay, and for those who want to do the real estate, let's teach them wholesaling and let's teach them about flipping. Yeah.
So that's a nice distraction going on, and it's going on currently
right
now.
And it works well.
Nationally, it's just amazing.
So what do you recommend people should do on a regular basis in their own neighborhoods? Do you see anything like you suggest that the community should be looking out for, and how to put their mind or few dollars that they have, because everybody broke like me, so
not everybody.
Not everybody.
See, that's
okay. I want y'all money. Then.
That's the furthest thing from the truth. You can't be broke knowing people like me and her.
Okay.
Not like we're gonna give you some money, but
okay. I thought you were gonna give me a little few. Okay.
But we'll help you get to the money.
Okay.
You gotta learn how to leverage us.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Yeah, like
exactly. That is right.
Okay.
That is right.
So what do you suggest?
I suggest we buy some of these commercial buildings, all of them if possible, because we got a huge opportunity going on right now with so many people are saying we're going to buy the block back, we're going to start recycling our black dollars, we're going to start our own businesses. So I see other people that don't look like us running out here buying all the commercial up because they understand how the economy works.
Oh.
So while we over here buying houses up, people not realizing the real value is the commercial real estate. So for years, people have been telling me you should come out here and buy you a big old giant house. I'm like, why would I need a big giant house? And it's just me,
right.
For years.
Exactly.
So finally, I come out here to Atlanta, and I'm looking at these $30,000 commercial buildings. That's 4,000 square feet, and apartments on the top and commercial on the bottom. And I'm like, why y'all ain't buying them? But at the same time, they renting for $1,200.
Right.
it's worth $35,000, but you're renting for $1,200. The rent
Right.
is $1,200
Wow.
each.
Wow.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? Y'all should have. If I'd have known about that, I'd have been out here. So this is not just here. This is
No, it's not,
nationally.
because it happened in Atlantic City. Because I was in real
All over
estate
the
in
place.
Atlantic City, and my thing is, how do you get people, almost to your point, DJ Ron? Because I tried to get people to wake up and understand what was happening in terms of the development as far as the casinos and pushing the black communities out to the outer skirts so they could bring in more casinos, more higher more expensive real estate properties, and that was not for the black community. Let's be clear,
Right,
'cause they
exactly.
cannot afford that. So, as much as we tried to explain that, and it happened, and if you go look, I remember the postings on the walls and stuff when I was actually in real estate and selling pieces of deeded like ownership and all, and we was talking about all of the different things. And then when I started telling folks in my community, this is going to happen. And you guys are going to sit there and let it happen. And it happened.
I met the mayor of Atlantic City. It's a
Which
brother.
one?
It's a light-skinned brother with a bald head, I believe.
The one that's going to jail?
You put him on the spot.
Again, what not to do?
Well, that is
Mayor
happening.
Gilliam?
That's a lot of those.
Oh, I'm sorry, he's not
I don't
mayor
know.
anymore.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's going to
I
jail.
don't know. But I do notice
It's now Marty Smalls is the mayor.
See, we can really go into that topic, but we need more than 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to come back. We're going to have to talk about that one, honey, because I got plenty to say. I'm all excited.
They're putting a
My
lot
dad
of
gonna cough drop, okay? Because I got plenty to say about that.
All
okay?
right.
So I noticed they're putting a lot of African Americans in place so that they can come in and do way out crazy stuff that other people don't want to take credit for because we would call it racist. So they said, we're going to let them do it. And then we'll get what we want.
Exactly.
And they come back and lock all the mayors up. But it's
Yep.
all by design.
And
Is
they
that
already-
currently
and they
going
allow
on
you
with
to get
Atlanta?
there.
It's nationally.
It's nationally because
national.
you know they trying to kill the old black mayor right here. I'm just
It's
saying.
nationally. It's nationally.
Man.
Because they know too much. They doing too much. They giving away too much. They forging documents and bypassing all the laws that's in place to protect the renters, to protect the current homeowners. But they opening the door to get them out of here because they're changing a lot of these states over to the blue states, if y'all know what that means.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning they want ultra wealthy people here. We got this technology coming in, and man, these cats is making billions of dollars off of apps.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
they decide
Off of apps, yeah.
So like in California where I'm from, Hollywood ran California for a long time. Southern California at least. Now Hollywood's out. It's like, y'all we don't need y'all. Y'all ain't got no money. Y'all making hopefully $800 million off of movie.
Right.
But,
But
on
now,
average,
not
you're doing
now.
$50 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Not now.
But this guy that made this 21-year-old that made that app, he's
All right.
you coming over here to Hollywood,
Right.
and saying, okay, this 30,000 square foot house ain't big enough.
Right.
I want to buy this one and the one next door and tear
Right.
them down
Yeah,
and put
yeah,
up a
yeah.
100,000 square foot house. So now they got a wave of those kind of people coming in, and now you got a wave of people coming in to accommodate them.
Correct.
Ferrari dealers open
Exactly.
up,
That's
Lamborghini
right.
dealers open
That's
up,
right.
sporting
That's right.
arenas pulling up,
That's right.
going up all over the place, and they telling the regular people, y'all need to go.
Yep.
So we're gonna do
We ain't got
everything in
enough
power.
money to be
Guess
here.
what? Ooh, first black mayor over here, first black mayor over there, and all these controversies is just busting out. And it's like, wow, we can't be mad at nobody but ourselves.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what this is all about. They're gonna come in and do all this stuff to push their own people out, and they get a few dollars, and next thing you know, they end up going to jail.
And you already know that if you get a black person in office, they already don't like that.
Right.
So don't give them nothing to help get you out, let alone go to jail. Because if don't even run, please. If you know your backyard ain't clean, just don't even do it.
They promoted to do that. See, these people don't just wake up. I think I want to be mayor.
No.
Somebody said,
yeah.
just like me, when if you read my book, you'll see that I went in there and shut them down from doing gentrification in LA. I was the first one that called it out. You know how many people proposed to me, you should run for office.
Oh,
You
yeah,
should
I
run
get that
for- I'll
too.
put my
You would be
political-
great in
I'll
politics.
put my political power behind you to make you the next mayor, TJ. I'll put my political power. Pastors of churches. You know what I'm saying? Different people. And I'm looking at them like,
Yeah.
y'all don't like me. But y'all want me to run for office? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I got an understanding of how all this
Maybe
works.
that's why they want you to run for office, right?
With that being said, you know that the Ebenezer Baptist Church here in Atlanta, the pastor there is running for U.S. Senate.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like,
Getting in position.
what? I'm not doubting him.
Wow.
I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I don't want to make sure that's understood. But when it didn't attract me for him to run for that. I'm glad he's doing it. He's trying to make sure that we get another Democratic seat. That's the main reason he's really probably doing it.
That ain't good enough.
But yeah,
most people have they have all the right people in the room, but they ask all the wrong questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I can sit down with him and ask him his opinion on a few things. Like,
Right.
what do you think about gentrification?
And see what he says.
The way his answer comes out, that takes up what's he gonna do in the future.
Yep.
If he answers, well, they shouldn't be selling their houses. He ain't for us.
that's not the best answer to say.
Or we gonna send that? No, I don't want to go negative, but are we gonna send everybody to college so they can get more education, so they can better understand and get better jobs, so that they can?
Nah, I wouldn't even promote that at all.
That ain't for us. That's just the typical thing that you want to hear.
Right.
But the reality is, 99% of these college students can't afford to live in the neighborhood they grew up in. They can't afford to buy nothing in these neighborhoods. In LA, where I'm from, these houses $650,000, $700,000. You got to make if you make less than $125,000, you consider it low income.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in California.
That's in California.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And this is going on across the country. So what people don't realize is these corporations, we're going through a complete paradigm shift, and most people ain't even talking about it. So where I'm looking at the other people that don't look like us, they pulling their children out of the schools and say, well, y'all gonna take trades. So let's think about it. Now you got houses. What most people don't realize is houses are worth more than they've ever been worth before in U.S. history. If that makes sense to you. Houses have never been this expensive ever before in U.S. history. That's why I say black people got more money than we've ever had before in U.S. history right now.
Yeah.
But you hear people saying, oh, black people broke, we ain't got this. We got more money and equity than we've ever had in U.S. history. You know, we got a house we paid $50,000 for, now it's worth $650,000. That ain't never happened before. So people are taking that money out of their houses, and they got people set up, they got strategies set up for us. Okay, you got that money, we're going to make sure you go broke very soon. So now all of a sudden you getting ready to sell that house. They're going to tell you should sell it and move to Atlanta. You can get a big old 6,000 square foot house in Atlanta. So they're like, really? You mean I can sell my 2-bedroom, 1-bath? I mean, I had an $800,000 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. So every day they was telling me what my house is worth. I'm like, no. I like my 2-bedroom that's 10 minutes from the airport and 15 from all the best jobs in the country and 10 minutes from the beach. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to move an hour and a half out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
You know, but you telling me about this house in Atlanta, 6,000 square feet plus. You ain't going to tell me how much it's going to cost to furnish that house, or even better yet, how much it's going to cost for the utilities on that house.
Taxes.
And
You know
for
what I'm
what?
saying?
For one person.
Yeah, for 1 or 2 people, you know.
That's crazy.
It don't make sense, but that's the
crazy.
strategies they setting people up with. So I'm seeing this all over the country. They playing on people's emotions, but the reality is we need to come out here and get this blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Come out here and buy some commercial buildings. You know what I'm saying? Let's invest some of this $600,000. And you got a business? Okay, well, how much? Let's franchise your business, because I noticed you got line out the door. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got an idea about an app? How much you need? Oh, $50,000? Okay, let's do it. You see what I'm saying? We got to be able to monetize this situation. So like the other people that don't look like us, they say, we're going to send the African-American people to the universities and get degrees where they're going to struggle to find work. But we're going to put our children in school to learn the trade.
Yes, they are.
While they build these $1 million houses, we're going to be the plumber that come over there and make $800,000. Jay-Z and Beyonce just bought an $88 million mansion. Oprah got a $90 million mansion. If we go through all of these celebrities, we'll have over billions of dollars worth
And
of
I
houses.
always said too, like, okay, I told somebody, okay, I'm an artist. I said, if I, got into that level where I'm making that kind of money, why do I need that big old house and property just be for what? Am I trying to prove something to somebody?
Yeah, I think about that a lot myself.
Totally over. I think that's just engorging and totally overkill, because if it's just me, even if it's me and another person in a house, how many bedrooms can we sleep in?
Well, let's talk about that. Because I've been there before. when you get to your financial dreams,
Right.
your whole world gonna become a little scary.
Yeah.
Because now they're announcing on the
get
news.
it. I get
you
it.
in the magazine.
Everybody knows
he just got
yeah,
50 million.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He just signed an 85
Right.
million, 125
Right.
million for
That
5
contract,
years.
right.
Now you can't even go to the movies no more.
Nope.
Or pump
Without
your gas
somebody
no more.
bothering. Yeah.
So these big mansions are kind of like
More
sanctuaries.
compounds.
Except
Like,
they're compounds because they can't go nowhere.
Right.
Look at Michael Jackson. He was a victim of his
Well,
own
I get
success.
that, I would want my home to have everything I would want to enjoy in it. You know what I mean? I would want that because I'm almost like that now where I just don't even want to go out, other than when I'm out performing and doing things and networking, because that is your sanctuary. When you go home, you kind of want everything there, where you don't necessarily have to go out.
Right, but it's deeper than that. It's about, okay, I can't go out nowhere. I want to live somewhere safe.
Correct.
Where
Gotta
I
have
can be
that.
normal.
Right.
I
don't want to be
take
somewhere
my dog
true.
and my daughter,
Yeah,
and we
and
go
be
walk down the
normal
street
and be
and,
just- and
normal.
not have to worry about-
So where's those places at?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you need to move to Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
you need
yeah,
to move
'cause
to
you
Encino.
gotta be considered normal.
Now,
Yeah.
me personally, I'd be like, okay, I would like to have a house looking over the city on the mountain. Give me a 3-bedroom.
Yeah, exactly.
3,000
That's
square
enough.
feet. They like,
Right.
no,
You
you
can't
ain't.
get
They don't
that.
make
No,
3-bedrooms.
no.
And they don't make 3,000 square foot houses in Malibu. What can I
build
get?
one.
What's the cheapest house I can get? No, they got restrictions for
Oh, Lord
you
have
cannot
mercy.
come in this area that's safe where you can walk your dog,
Dog and be normal.
and be a regular person
Person.
because you ain't got the most money on the whole block. More than everybody else, you be like the poorest person on the block, and you worth 50 million. You know what I'm saying? You got billionaires up here too, so
Wow.
they ain't gonna bother you because you ain't got no money to them.
Wow.
So they start off in that neighborhood. Houses got to start off at 15,000 square feet.
God.
Now they're changing that.
God.
Now they're saying, okay, well, in this neighborhood, since we blue lined this area, we want the houses start off at 90,000 square feet. I'm looking. Look up, y'all. See, that's what we're not hearing about. Look up
Jeez.
California, Malibu, and pull up luxury houses, mansions, and you'll see they got a guy up there right now building a $500 million house, $500 million house, 100 and some thousand square feet, looking over the whole city, helicopter, the whole nine. And people ain't paying attention. They don't even understand this. You got one of the world's biggest yachts in the Malibu. Into Santa Monica and put it right there. It's like, well, ain't no room for a mega yacht in here. So guess what? He buys out the gas station and turn around and say, okay, well,
Now I got the room.
yeah, y'all can't use this side. I'm parking my yacht. Y'all got to go on that side to those 4 pumps over there. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to take these 4 over here.
Oh, my God.
So it's like they coming in, and how the Californians realizing, well, we got the wealthy people, so let's push all the poor people out.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're looking at Compton, LA, and Watts, where I'm from, Compton, we got the best weather in the nation. I don't know nothing about hurricanes, tornadoes, cold fronts. We don't have 4 seasons. It's nice. It's always nice. I can go to the beach in the morning from 9 to 12, go hang at the beach. Then that evening, I could go drive my boat, race around the water.
Nice.
And then that evening, I said, let's go skiing. Jump in the car for an hour and a half, and we go up to the big mountain
Wow.
and go skiing. Now, they saying, I want that lifestyle.
Yeah.
They over here living in Baltimore and say, it snow 8 months a year. I can't drive, somebody billionaire said, I can't drive my Lamborghini, you know what I'm saying, out here. I can't even buy a convertible. It don't make no sense because the snow eats the cars up.
Right.
I want to be in L.A. That's where everybody's coming. So they deem L.A. a blue state. So they say, we're going to figure out how to get these people out of here. So all this stuff happening in the news is all designed on tactics, strategies, how we're going to get them out of here. So y'all receiving the most of the incoming, and I'm telling people, I'm saying, hey, y'all better start buying as much land you can, as much real estate as you can, because this stuff is finna just go bananas.
Wow.
Oh, so our people say, oh, the market's finna crash. I'm like, hold on. Quit saying that. Trust me, it is gonna crash. I lost my house back in the days. I'm like, look, y'all got Amazon out here now. Coca-Cola just opened up a big warehouse. Tyler Perry opened up a studio out here. 300 something, 45 acres. I can just keep going on and on. When I'm flying in over Atlanta, I'm just looking at these mega giant warehouses that are just popping up. Boop, 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 just everywhere. People don't understand what is going on. Y'all have no clue see, that's the problem with most people are employee minded, but not entrepreneurship minded. I'm about entrepreneurship so I can recognize the change that's coming. I can see what's happening, so I know how to get in position because we got to learn how to play the long game. So our politicians, like I respect Brother Maynard Jackson, rest in peace. When he found out that y'all was going to play the long game and we're going to build one of the biggest airports in the country, he said, we're going to do this. I'm not going to write it up so we can get jobs. I'm going to write it up where our people going to get contracts to build this airport. There's a significant difference. There's a significant difference. So I personally know people out here, billionaires, brothers, who got developer companies. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And they all out here. It's a lot of them, and they reap the benefits from that. One of the brothers, he just passed away. He been in for 60. He was doing this 63 years ago.
Wow.
And I'm just like, boy. Wow. But if we can roll all our people over into the carpentry world, if we can teach them how to hang TVs on the wall, and teach them how to hang ceiling fans and build houses, they'll probably ban that.
Yeah.
We don't want black people with hammers no more.
Okay, all right. So we
gave us a signal, so.
Oh, okay. All right. I just want to say this one last question. What would you recommend? I mean, I know what to say about the book. That's definitely, we're promoting that. But what would you say for a person who only makes, let's start off like 20 grand a year? Okay. What would you tell that person to do in order to take a piece of this pie that everybody says get this real estate in America?
Start off by buying a piece of land and put a trailer on it. Put an RV on it, something. You know what I'm saying? We got to live frugally. You know, as long as you got a strategy or a plan, I'll be like, Mama, can I move back in and stay in that back room for a while, for a year? Because I'm going to do this, I'm going to buy that. And you know what I'm saying? Here go my plan. That's what I'm about to do. And I'm only going to be there a year. I'm gonna buy a piece of dirt and I'm gonna buy an RV and then I'm gonna live on that in that RV so I can build a house 2 years from now. That's what I would recommend.
That's what you would recommend.
Put your money, no matter how much money you got, into an ownership position. Period. So you ain't got a piece of land. You can find land out here for $12,000, $8,000.
Right.
I was just out in Macon the other day. I mean, we might have to move out further. They got $20,000 houses in Macon. They got $10,000 houses.
Right.
See, to me, a house looks different because I got the trades. You walk in, I don't want that house. I wouldn't even touch this house. I'm walking in thinking, I can strip this drywall out. I can put the toilet is about $100. The shower's only about $200. You know what I'm saying? I know what it costs, so I'm like, I'll take it. Yeah. The other people, oh no, I'm never. Yeah. So we have to start getting the trades, and then Copart, Home Depot, free classes.
Oh, okay, yeah, they do that.
Free.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, free is okay with me. I don't know about y'all. I like free.
It's always good.
But that's what I recommend. We want to live in America. You better start putting your children in the trades because construction is the biggest thing. Just like I told people, you look me up, follow me. I said Donald Trump ain't going nowhere because he's a land developer. No. One of the biggest in the country. So guess what? Yeah. He's still there now. Yeah. So that's what this is all about.
All right.
It's about construction.
So how people can follow you and everything?
They can go to all my social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Thomas T.J. Loftin, that's Loftin, ThomasTJLoftin.com, or they can go to my Eventbrite under Thomas T.J. Loftin. I'm having an event coming up this weekend. I always got events coming up all around the country. So
okay,
nice, that's awesome.
All right,
awesome.
Okay,
awesome.
All right. Well, thank you, and for promoting this great book. Can you get a picture of this book right here?
Yeah, hold the book up.
Oh yes, definitely. All right, yes. It's an awesome book right here. You move your little water bottle, thank you. Yeah, little one. Yeah, so we're definitely going to promote this book as much as we can because you said a lot of stuff that a lot of folks don't talk about, and we definitely need to hear this, and we're going to learn from it and take advantage of this because I want a piece of this pie.
That's right. Question: are there any particular cities you should pay more attention to?
See, that's part of where I charge people. But honestly, you know what? Honestly, I was just in Macon yesterday. You know what I mean? I see the prices is very affordable out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna head out to Columbia. What do you call it?
Columbus.
You know, places like that. These smaller towns are building brand new freeways. Alabama, I'm headed out there. I'm going back to where Big Mama and them had that land that we didn't want. You see what I'm saying? Because all these corporations is also looking for that land too. So I wouldn't mind buying that too. So that's what I recommend people start doing. We got to get down off of this high horse and this high living and say, okay, well, maybe I got to get rid of the Louis Vuitton and go get me some overalls so I can go blend in out here in the country. You see what I'm saying? Because the Google guys just bought 500 acres across the street. Wow. So this land, this whole city finna change in the next 5 years. You ain't gonna recognize it.
I believe it.
I got one more question. So what was Sean Garvey's contribution?
Who? Oh, you talking about the mayor of
mayor.
Atlanta?
I said Sean Garvey.
Her friend, he opened the door and said, "Bring TJ in. We need to hear what he got to say." That was his contribution, and I appreciate that because a lot of people don't like the word gentrification. Okay. They be like, "Oh no, we don't want to talk about that." So I appreciate him.
All right, thank you for coming.
You gotta come back and see us again.
Oh, definitely.
I think we need to have some more conversations.
All right.
You sure he don't have nothing on the back of where he
That's Dr. Savy on the back.
copying? No paper. Help with some paper. Okay.
He knew her.
All right. All right. We will be right back, y'all. Just doing this, man. Here we go.
It's the Beat Break Morning Show with Sean Garvey and the crew.